Gretel, famous witch hunter. Finally, we meet.
Who are you?
I see you got my invitation.
Say your name before my arrows rip out your throat.
I go by many names, none of which you're worthy of pronouncing.
This thing is like a blast, but it's like...
Literally.
No, literally, right. But, I mean, it's like sort of like the new trend now, because you have vampire hunters, witch hunters. I mean, there's a lot of hunting going on in these fairy tales, and this is nothing like the story I remember my mom reading me.
No, it's based on the classic tale by the Brothers Grimm, but then, of course, it's told with a new twist. Hansel and Gretel are older. They're grown-ups, and they're now hunting the witches down that were responsible for separating them from their parents. And so it's a new twist on the thing, and it has a little bit of a modern take on the traditional story. And it's very interesting and fun, and it has a Tarantino-esque kind of feel to it.
Okay, I like how you drop that in there, because it does, because it's like, it's taking that whole concept and just really like sort of amping it up.
Yes, and then that's 3D, so that's another modern twist too.
Well, that's true. That's a totally modern twist.
Yeah.
Now, are you a fan of 3D yourself?
Yeah, I think it can be used very effectively for a very specific type of movie, and I think this one, nobody's really done that before with this type of movie. I don't think so. I like how it seems very perfectly suited for having 3D witches.
Yeah, which were fun, and your character, you had to have a blast doing that, because there's a lot of nuances, and you get to just kind of go, for lack of a better word, sort of like crazy and super into beast mode, and it's fun,
yeah,
right?
And it was a first for me to go through prosthetic makeup. I'd never done that before, and it really it frees you up on one level, and on another it's more restrictive, because all of a sudden you have what you're used to as an actor. You know how to use your facial expressions,
Okay.
your eyes, and all that kind of stuff. But everything was covered with prosthetic makeup. Contact lenses, lots of prosthetic makeup and whatever. So it was trying to figure out like how much of is the makeup doing for me already, and what am I going to add to this, because I was so scary, looking at myself in the mirror. I was going, oh my God, I'm already scared. So
do you find that transformation process fascinating? Or,
It-
or do
yeah,
you get
it-
bored with it after a while?
Well, like everything else, it's really interesting in the beginning, and then of course it gets a little bit more. You get a little bit more jaded about it. But since I'd never done it before, it was a really interesting transformation to go through. But I was so relieved at the end of the night that I was still underneath it, because you're in an entire day.
Okay.
You're, for 14 hours,
Right.
you're
Long
in this
days, long
makeup,
days.
and then they literally peel it off with, oil and stuff like that, because it's all glued to your face. And so at the end of the day, when finally that thing came off, I'm like, phew, I'm still me.
It was worth it, though. I mean, you were a lot of fun to watch, right? Because, like you said, you've really never done anything like this before.
No.
So it's like, okay,
Yeah.
go, do it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool.
Ugly all the way.
Yeah, now, if you had to cite, what's one of your all-time favorite fairy tales and why?
I've always been a fan of the Brothers Grimm, the Little Red Riding Hood, and of course the Hansel and Gretel one. I grew up with them. I grew up in Europe, so they were very much part of our upbringing there. So it's fun to be part of it, even though it's one with a twist and an updated version of it. But I don't know if there's one specific one that I guess Little Red Riding Hood was always very much part of what we grew up with.
For more exclusive coverage of our latest news and entertainment, be sure to subscribe to our BLACKTREE TV channel, and don't forget to click on either arrow on either side to watch one of our most commented videos.
My favorite scene might have to be the 5-minute shot going through the kitchen, from outside, going through the kitchen in Goodfellas.